ignoring its rural character in an agricultural district and ignoring New Hampshire Supreme Court ruling. The board illegally rezoned the property as a residential, prohibited a lawful use, and told me that it is in a wrong area. Time and again, Goffstown ZBA acted as a spokesperson of a local processing facility, dictating us to use the local means in violation of our religious right, in violation of our LUPA, protection of religious exercise in land use, in violation of capitalism and free enterprises. Our experience with the local authority is short of transparency. We feel that justice has been compromised because of politics. For the longest time, we have been running around faced with hardships. Number one, as a Muslim, denied to exercise our religious right and follow our religious obligation because of bigotry. Two, as an African immigrant and black entrepreneur, single-handedly denied equal opportunity because of discrimination on the basis of national origin and race. Three, as a property owner and farmer, denied the right to use our land, zoned agriculture for agricultural related purpose because of politics. Four, I received a death threat phone call in my house that said, I will wage jihad on you. When I went to make a police report with Goffstown Police Department, the officer brushed me off and refused to take the complaint. Fifth, the board treated me like a second-class citizen, many times bullied me in violation of Goffstown Code of Ethics and New Hampshire law.
Can you tell me how they bullied you? Is that...
I mean the town?
Yeah, you said you were bullied by...
Oh yeah, well, going back to June 5th of 2011, I went there to present my case. And immediately the vice chairwoman shut me out and told the chairman to just don't let him talk. He humiliated me and intimidated me in front of 30 or more witnesses whom I have, most of whom are my guests in support of our application. They will run me around and they will not allow me to speak unless I'm represented by attorney. So basically they were planning delay tactics, trying to wear me out, and in most cases, and at some point also, they would not allow our supporters to come and present their support. In a case in point, the director of New Hampshire Farmers Bureau, whom he attended to in support of our application, truly that they took the letter, but they will not allow him to speak and present his support. We feel that there are numerous violations of law on the part of Goffstown ZBA. Violation of Goffstown Code of Ethics, violation of Goffstown Ordinance Table Uses, violation of state of New Hampshire law, violation of farmers' right, violation of landowners' right, violation of religious right, violation of human right. 5 years later, we are struggling for justice, denied the American dream, and continue to face persecution, beginning from the town to the county and at the state level. On August of 2012, we invited the town for a dialogue in good faith by relocating the proposed project. Once again, on February of 2013, my attorney wrote a letter to the town of Goffstown inviting the town for mediation to resolve this matter in a civil way. So far, we have not heard a response from the town yet. it clearly shows that they are not ready for diversity. And the sad part is, it doesn't stop there. At 7 years old, she was bullied by an adult who is 50 years old, older, in the town of Goffstown Public School.
And this was in the school?
Yes. The proposed facility is in an agriculturally zoned area in a supposedly farm-friendly community. It is not an industrial animal processing plant in the middle of a city or town center. While the local authority is seeking for injustice in depriving a citizen of a due process at the cost of taxpayers, misusing our money, we are paying double the price in quest for justice. We feel that our religion is on trial because of personal and political interest. Going back to 2008, when September of 2008, the meeting was televised. In that meeting, the chairman was a vice chairman at the time of Goffstown. He was the only one in his right mind fighting for justice, and stated that special exception is permitted. That is permitted by law. But when he was confronted by a map of people led by Leme's son, covered half of his face, it's all recorded. There's nothing to hide about this. He's not going to hide about it. And everybody intimidated and harassed the chairman and the vice chairman at the time. What did he do? He gave up and he said, well, there's nothing I can do. This was his reaction.
And included in all your experience, has it just been one telephone call with a death threat?
That was it, because what happened is, I don't want to get into details, but
that's a serious...
It is serious, but a week later I received a phone call from the town of the department of police department, and they assured me that there is nothing to worry about. Continue to pursue your, whatever you have to do. That was their word. I was frightened because I have little kids.
Yeah.
My youngest one is 5 years old today. She'll be 6 next month. She was born in Goffstown. All my kids were born in this country. This fight is not about me. It is about my kids and future generation. After 3 years, the same person who was fighting for justice, after he became the chairman of Goffstown zoning board, he turned 180-degree opposition of the application. One can sense what is the problem here. The law hasn't changed. As we speak, the requirement to build an animal processing facility is a special exception. But when we went back again to court, he was a fierce opponent. He was very ungentleman. Many times he was very arrogant.
The same man who supported you originally.
Yeah, so one could come to conclusion. Either he was bought, I don't know, it's possible, or suddenly he found himself bigots or racist, or perhaps
intimidated himself.
Intimidated, exactly.
But I think that the Southern Poverty Law Center is one of the most important groups fighting injustice, anything that racial or have where
injustice.
Yes. But what are your plans now? I mean, do you have legal counsel, right?
Yes, we do have legal counsel, and in last year, April 2012, we had the opportunity to meet with United States Attorney General from Department of Justice here in New Hampshire. And furthermore, in December of last year, we had a meeting with Senior Consulation Specialist of New England from U.S. Department of Justice.
You naturalized at this point?
I have been a citizen of this
Yes, okay.
country since 1988.
So you have every right as a citizen yourself.
I am a citizen. I'm a tax-paying citizen. I'm an honorable citizen, never had any criminal history. I work, raise a family, tax pay, do business.
How has their experience been otherwise than that one daughter's, meetings, some of those things that she did in the school there?
I'll tell you this, she had really trouble in school, and she was many times bullied by adults, not by kids of her age. Never. I want to be fair and just. The vast majority of the citizens of Goffstown are good, honest, hardworking citizens just like anybody else. But there are an element of bigots, unfortunately, happen to run the town. But those bigots do not represent, unfortunately, they do not represent the majority of the town, the citizen of the town. I have been doing business in New Hampshire. I don't see color preventing me from doing what I wanted to do. I don't even pay attention to that because it's not important to me. And if people wants to be judgmental, that is their problem until they get to know me. Once they get to know me, then we break that barrier. But I've been doing business for the last 15 years, whether it's in Goffstown, in Concord, or further up north.
I hope that this can get resolved, and
God willing.
yes, and
God willing.
that the next time that you're interviewed, perhaps that you'll have a different story or a changed story.
Hopefully, looking forward to that.
And thank you all for joining us today. And I'm Alan McKillop, subbing for Bill Davis, and it's been a great pleasure to have Negash Abdelkader as our guest today, sharing his story. And the work of justice goes on.